आज हम इंटरव्यू ले रहे हैं आमना का और आपने इनको बहुत डिफरेंट टॉपिक्स के बारे में बात करते हुए सुना हुआ है, बहुत डिफरेंट सेलिब्रिटीज के साथ बात करते हुए सुना है, बट टुडे वी आर आस्किंग हर अबाउट हर हेल्थ एंड फिटनेस जर्नी. So it's a different episode. Let's get into it. All right. So
I feel I'm going to be interrogated now. I feel very scared.
I have some
Okay.
fun questions for
Okay.
you. Not very serious.
Okay. What is it with you kids and fitness? I mean, it's like everybody's after my life, but yeah, okay, go ahead.
I think in the past few years, काफी fad बन चुका है.
हाँ.
More than people just caring about their health. There's a lot of people who just do it for the optics. They
Yeah.
want to look good. Instagram is a big thing.
Yeah.
TikTok is a big thing.
Yeah.
Everyone's on camera.
Yeah.
Most people you know have a public profile now.
Yeah,
of
that's true.
some sort.
That's true.
तो अच्छा लगना उस हिसाब से
हाँ.
body dysmorphia बहुत ज़्यादा promote हो चुका है दुनिया
True,
में.
true.
So I think going to the gym is just like
So
very
before
cool.
you were an actor and before you were an influencer, you were a fitness trainer as well.
I was a fitness trainer.
And
मैंने
somewhere between the acting and the food,
yeah.
there was fitness. Okay.
Food was my first passion.
First
I
love.
think I was 12 years old जब मैंने पहली दफा BBC फूड गलती से लगाया था.
Okay.
और एक शेफ है नाइजेला लॉसन
बिल्कुल है जी.
फ्रॉम द यूके.
जी जी.
और मैं उसका मैं शो देख रहा था.
At 12 you were watching Nigella.
Yes.
I wonder why.
मैंने कार्ड of
Okay,
course.
Of course, yeah.
So that's where I fell in love with cooking and food.
Okay.
And that's where like the passion started from. और बस तब से लेके आज तक मेरी जो main content consumption है वो खाने के shows हैं. All different types. Review shows, cooking shows. मुझे बस बहुत ज़्यादा मज़ा आता है for some reason
हाँ,
देखने
नहीं,
में.
it shows that you're having fun.
And somehow after that I started cooking, especially when I got into fitness. मेरी cooking journey वहाँ से ज़्यादा शुरू हुई थी because I needed to cook food that was good.
Right.
And also healthy.
Right.
और मेरी अम्मी ने कहा था कि मैं तुम्हारे खाने नहीं बना सकती, घर का खाना खाना है तो खाओ, वरना जो करना है कर लो.
जो करना है कर लो.
Exactly.
Peach iced tea की जो रेसिपी है ना उस पर मैं जरा बात करूंगी क्योंकि मैं भी बनाती हूँ. But yeah, okay, over to you.
All right. So first question: fitness at 49.
Yes.
First of all,
Yes.
49.
Yes.
If you had not told me, and if you hadn't told me how old your kids were, I would not guess.
Yes. How old
A
are
day
you?
above. If I had to guess, I would have said 40, 41.
Okay, no, how old are you?
I am 29.
29.
Yes.
Okay, so I have an almost 25-year-old. And yeah, fitness and 49. बहुत देर से ख्याल आया.
कैसे
ख्याल आया?
कैसे ख्याल
कि
आया?
करना है ये?
क्या were you bullied into it? क्योंकि ये बड़े लोगों का होता है, लोग fat shaming करते हैं.
So I've been fat shamed all my life.
Okay.
And not by people in my professional career, because they kind of realized that writing was my skill and they really appreciated me for it. But more, I think, extended family. People, I mean, and it wasn't like mean, but it was just so normal, to call somebody mota. It was like,
Casual comments.
Casual comment. The moti comment was like so normally like slipped into every conversation. I would call that fat shaming. But
Definitely.
It is, right? And yeah, I was always made conscious of my weight. But it never bothered
But ये
me.
negative तरीके से कहते थे या?
It's always negative.
It's always negative.
It's always negative.
Yeah, कुछ लोग people disguise it as a joke. Some people are very obvious with it.
They do. No, it's disguised as a joke or disguised as, oh, we're so worried about your health. But, you need to lose weight. But it's when you're growing up and you're a teenager, it's like शादी नहीं होगी. शादी हो जाती है, then it's like, बच्चे पैदा करने में problem होगी. या PCOS हो जाएगा. कुछ नहीं हुआ, कुछ मतलब अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह हो भी सकता था. But but somewhere in my mid-40s, I love traveling, and I realized that I was enabled to do a lot of things that I wanted to do.
Okay.
And I said, okay, now let's do something different.
So how has that journey been for you? In terms of when you start that late, it's a big hill to climb.
Yeah.
Were you active at any other point in your life, school, college, later on?
No.
कभी gym या कुछ
Never.
sports या कुछ? अच्छा.
Never.
Zero gym. या?
Zero gym. Zero gym. I think I've never played a sport.
Okay.
Only mind games. And the only physical activity that I ever enjoyed was swimming in water.
Okay.
And because it's also easy on the knees and it's like, so I'm a Pisces. I love water. I love all forms of water.
I'm a Cancer and I love water.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So it makes sense,
One
right?
of the
Crabs and
three water
fish.
sign, yeah.
Exactly. So put me anywhere near water and I was happy. So swimming was, but then in Pakistan you don't have many places to go.
Explains the traveling also.
Explains the traveling exactly. So वो था, वो I used to love. उसके अलावा नहीं.
Okay. So once you started, how was
So I've
that
been
kind
going
of-
for a couple of months now.
Okay.
And I have to say that I was recommended to Muscle Matters by Zeba Bakhtiar. And her goal was to have a six-pack at 60.
Okay.
And she's in her 50s. And she has 4, by the way. She has
Okay.
abs. And she was
2
like...
more to go.
Yeah, 2 more to go. And she's like, if anybody can do it. And I said, well, no. And she said, no, but just start.
Yeah.
So I went to Muscle Matters and I got a personal trainer, which recommended by her, Parvez, who's really good. He didn't pressurize me into doing things that I was uncomfortable with. There was no jumping or panting or sweating or cardio. It was just very, very focused and I would say high intensity, like almost intellectual strength training, weights uthao.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So you're not just the treadmill wali auntie.
No, I'm not. I'm not at all on the treadmill. At all. I'm not on the treadmill at all. I do 5 minutes of cardio on the bike, on the cycle, and after that it's just focused weight training because I realized that my muscles were inactive. I mean, he'd press a muscle and he said, "Dard ho rahi hai?" Nahi. I couldn't even feel it because they were so inactive. Years of inactivity, yeah.
So, in terms of like, I've already asked you what flipped the switch, but was there a moment where you were like...
Paris.
Okay.
My holiday to Paris this year. And I had always wanted to go to Paris. And as a fashion journalist, of course, Paris is the center of fashion style in the world. And I hadn't been. So I planned a trip to... And also I made a resolution 5 years ago that I har saal ek nayi jagah jaungi. I had to go to a new destination. I've been maintaining it through COVID and everything.
What are the 5 places that you've been to?
In the last 5 years that I hadn't been to before.
Yeah.
Well, last year I crossed the Atlantic. I went to America for the first time. Usse pehle I went to Maldives. I went to Turkey. I was going to new places every year. I went to Rome. I went to Switzerland.
Okay.
So yeah, I did the traveling. I was fine till last year. This year when I went to Paris, I couldn't walk. I do 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 steps and I would be completely out of breath. I would be dying and my friend was with me and, I was like, I can't do this. And the one day I went over 10,000 steps, I had such terrible cramps in my legs. I said, I'm going to die. And
this has a lot to do with our general lifestyle also, not just someone who doesn't work out or doesn't exercise. A lot of people who work out when they go on vacation, वो 10-15,000 steps करके फिर बैठ जाते हैं.
बस हो जाती है, हाँ, बस हो जाती है. मेरी बस pack-up हो गया था मेरा पूरा.
So that's when you decided
I was like, no, I
कुछ करना पड़ेगा.
Plus my father is diabetic and he's in his mid-80s and now, alhamdulillah, he's still working. But उनका भी सारा दिमाग वाला काम है.
Okay.
And उनको उठने बैठने में problem होती है घुटनों में. His knees have no muscle strength at all. He does stop going places because if you have to sit low उठ नहीं सकेंगे, सीढ़ी नहीं ले सकते. So I was like, I really don't want to go down that road, So you better...
in the next 15-20 years you will be approaching that age where these problems
and my
come
physio said you're developing arthritis in one knee, ortho.
Okay.
And he said, stop taking steps. And my trainer said, if you stop today, you will not be able to do it anything after 10 years. So no, take steps.
That is a good trainer.
हाँ, करें, सब कुछ करें, कुछ नहीं रोकना. But do it like sensibly, yeah.
All right, so let's move on to your regimen. So what is your fitness and nutrition regimen? What changes did you bring in? Apart from starting to work out, what are other habits that you thought of changing?
So, I'm surprisingly a healthy eater until it comes to sugar.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that
was my next question. What are the 3 foods that have been hardest to
No, I have not been able to give up on sugar at all. How do you give up on sugar?
This is
Mr.
my
Fitness,
also.
please tell me.
So sugar is my weakness also,
It
and
is,
sugar was for me the easiest thing to cut out when I started working out and I started my fitness thing. The first 4-5 years of it, मुझे बचपन से chocolate इतनी पसंद नहीं थी, and it's between 26 and now 29 that I've just developed this affinity for sweet things. पता नहीं क्यों. And right now मेरी बाकी diet बिल्कुल okay होती है, but I give myself one sugary snack a day.
A day.
Yeah.
हाँ, same
मेरा एक
here.
होता है कि इतना piece of something ना मैंने बस रात को खाना है, which if someone is a trainer or a fitness enthusiast, you will hate me for. But मेरी हमेशा से जब मैं trainer भी था या जब मैं लोगों को advice देता हूँ, I tell them make it something that you can do
Yeah.
for the next 10 years.
Yeah.